Hello and welcome to Enjoy the View Travel. Let's talk about this week's view on travel. Hurricanes, fires, and volcanoes. Oh my. First off, we do want to send out our thoughts and prayers for those who've been affected by Hurricane Beryl, the wildfires in Alaska, and the volcano eruption in Sicily. As most of us know, and have experienced, the weather can change at any minute, even while you are on vacation. So make sure that you're keeping a check on the weather weeks and days up to your travel date for where you are going. This may change some of the things that you might want to pack and take with you. And then also remember that when a major weather event happens and you're on vacation, it is stressful to not only you, the traveler, but also to those who live there where you are traveling. Please show grace to those who live there, who are trying to help you, and then also having to deal with their own family and home situations due to that weather event. If you're at a resort, there's going to be some cleanup time. So some of the things may not be available. For example, the pool or the hot tub may have to have some cleanup before they can open that back up to the public. But know that they will get things cleaned up as quickly as they can. They will keep you as safe as they can. And then when things are safe to resume, that they will do that. Also, something that I learned, because the hurricane went through Mexico. So lots of people were at all-inclusives. They will have a cutoff time for serving alcohol when a hurricane is coming through. So for example, when this one came through, I think the cutoff time was like 8 p.m. the evening before it came through. And then until the government, and this is a government thing, this is not just a resort thing. And then the government will lift that ban once the hurricane has passed. And things are safe. All right, so if you are on our VIP group, then you saw earlier this week where I had reposted something that I shared on my personal Facebook page last year about Amtrak. They have a proposed service going through Nashville down to Atlanta, which currently we don't have. I'm very excited about this, but it's still just in the talking stages. So I'll be more excited when something actually happens. They do say it's moving forward, but Amtrak has some lofty goals that they want to have completed within the next coming decades. And yes, you heard that right. I said decades. Now, these big goals they want to have achieved by 2040, which seems a really long way away. But in reality, it's not. I mean, we're in 2024, so we're talking about what? 16 years? So, I mean, in reality, that's not that far off, but yet it is. So what are they wanting to do in these next 16 years? So they're hoping to increase their ridership. They had 28.4 million riders last year, and they'd like to increase that to about 66 million by 2040. They are addressing everything from customer service concerns, which are legit, to multi-billion-dollar infrastructures. And that would be things like your new proposed routes. So on this picture here, the map that I have up here shows current routes as well as proposed routes. And you can see the one from Nashville down to Atlanta. And it looks like maybe it even goes all the way over to the coast. I can't tell which city that is, but looks like it goes all the way over to the East Coast. So they have some new proposed routes So there are currently only 15 long distance routes. So to be a long distance route, 750 miles or more. The rest of their routes are all commuters and short distance. They've already started updating their Superliner cars. So about 100 Superliner cars were updated last year. They have about 400 more that they're going to be updating in the coming years. It didn't specifically say when they would get to that, just that there were 400 more. They're also looking to replace 480 of their Superliner cars with a complete redesign, and they have already put out bid requests, and they are also taking requests or suggestions from those rail companies that build those cars on how they can better do things. With everything, including their food cars, including coach and rooms, bathrooms, everything. They've asked for a lot of input and suggestions from that. So they have 125 new long distance locomotives that they are currently taking possession of. 36 of those are already in service. They're going to be upgrading tracks and tunnels. They are going to be doing some station modernization. Right now, their biggest drawback is their reliability. They're only at about 52% rate of being on time. That is not always their fault. Amtrak has to share the tracks with the freight trains, and unfortunately, the freight trains have the priority. They are basically renters on the track, and so when there's a freight train coming in, they have to pull over and they have to let the freight train go by first, and then they can proceed. This causes major delays sometimes with Amtrak. So their reliability is their biggest drawback right now, and also for travel advisors, this was talked about as well, that travel advisors could be a very good asset to Amtrak, but a lot of the travel advisors say that their clients are wanting luxury, and Amtrak just does not offer luxury. Everything is just okay. I would love to do an Amtrak trip. You'd have to go up to like Chicago, and then take from Chicago, do a long rail trip. So maybe out to the West Coast. I think it would be fun. I think it would be great. So just make sure you don't have to be there by a certain time, because that could be an issue. But we will definitely keep talking about Amtrak and see which direction they are headed. But our country is very lacking in the rail system, and I would love for us to do better by that. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. Hawaii's governor has signed a regenerative tourism bill. What is it and what does it mean? So the bill states Hawaii is going to ensure that the visitor industry grows in a way that's going to respect and preserve their cultural heritage while promoting economic diversification. The law lays out no specific steps on how they plan to make that happen. It does, however, establish a framework for the policies to be implemented. They have some great goals, including to decrease the impact on beaches, reefs, and ocean life. At this current stage, I don't see any changes for tourists at this time. However, once they do start to implement policies for this, you could see some changes that do affect tourists. So we'll keep an eye on that and let you know. All right, let's wrap up today with some international hotel news. IHG Hotels and Resorts has opened its first resort in the Greek islands on Crete. The resort has 199 rooms, many featuring a plunge pool. All of the dining concepts showcase their Crete-inspired cuisine with local ingredients. There are 2 infinity pools, fitness center, and spa, and rates just start at $222 per night for members of the IHG1 Rewards Loyalty Program. If you're interested in information on the Intercontinental Crete, you can contact me at our website, enjoytheviewtravel.com. Join us next time for this week's View on Travel with Enjoy the View Travel. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell.